I am here with Dr. Steve Fratt, and he has two different tables, and we want to interview him. Steve, take it away.
Okay. My rules that I published Civil War are called Small Deadly Space, and Winged Hussar has those. So now I'm working on Napoleonics, The Victory is Ours. And I'm doing two versions of it. This is the hex version, using my rules, and then over on the other table, it's the non-hex version. So what I'm doing, of particular note, is the troops I'm using here are the Wolfun 10 millimeter acetate troops. And they come in a sprue, you pop them out, slide them in, and you are ready to go. So as I encounter people that want to get into the hobby, I'm kind of pushing them in this direction because they could get right into the gaming. And these are brilliant. The artist is Peter Dennis, who's been around a while.
I have to ask, these are already pre-painted?
These are pre-painted, ready to go. They are colored, full color on acetate. And they are gorgeous.
And the material they're made of, is that plastic or?
It's plastic.
It's plastic.
Yeah. And so I think what they do is they do the printing on one side of the acetate and then they laser cut it out so that you can pop them out of the sprue. It's really quite ingenious. And they manufacture them in Romania, and I usually get them within 2 weeks. They're really good about shipment and delivery.
And our game here is Austerlitz, correct?
This is part of Austerlitz. This is the assault on the Pratzen Heights. And what I'm doing in my rules, they're a bit different. I have leaders with staff officers. And these staff officers, you can send a staff officer to unit so it can maneuver outside of straight ahead. Another way they're used is when you go into battle, if these guys are going into close action, they got to make the morale on a D10. If they don't, it's a firefight. But you could send a staff officer to re-roll and keep re-rolling until they actually go in. And then while they're in battle, what I do is you roll a different sided die. 8s and 7 morales are a blue 10-sided die, 6s and 5s are a green 8-sided die. So you end up battling each other with different sided die. You need a 2-to-1 advantage on the die roll to beat them. And if you don't get a 2-to-1, it's a firefight. But the attackers could send a staff officer to re-roll the action. So what I've done here, I've done leadership up front, emphasizing combat. And so these division and corps commanders are able to focus on the combat and push these actions. What's really nice is I can really compare the leadership values of the different armies. So this is Napoleon's 1805 army, really high quality. So they get division and corps commanders, whereas the Allies just have column commanders. And so they have fewer leaders. So they can't push things as much as the French can. And so as a GM, you can tailor that as you like.
All right.
And it works really well.
Well, we'll pause this video. Let's go take a look at your other table.
Very good.